My name is P. Sanders, and recently I was on YouTube looking at different videos, just having fun, watching stuff. I searched some stuff on how to, ask a girl to prom, like a really creative way, just have fun. I stumbled across this kid's channel the other night, and he had a lot of videos, so I started with the very first one, his channel was all about giving advice and stuff. So I thought, hey, this is kind of interesting. And he was funny. And he had a really good character about himself. Like, he kind of drawed you into his videos no matter what they were about. And they weren't just for girls, they were like real useful things for guys as well. And I was like, this kid's doing a good thing. He's a real smart kid. I watched all his videos from part 1 to the last one. And then I saw that he had not posted any more videos. So I searched his name, and then I saw all these headlines saying video goes viral without even knowing what was going on. So I clicked on the first one. It said part 1. I watched it, and it said he had a heart condition. And the condition was very serious. He had died about 3 times in his life, but he was brought back each time by paramedics and things. And I was like, wow, I really feel for this kid. Like, he's been through a lot already, and he still has a full life ahead of him. He's about my age. He's just like maybe a year older, and yet he's been through all this already. It kind of reminded me of a few friends that I've had that have had some complications, but nothing like that ever. I could not even imagine having a friend that close, or even being that person to go through something like that. He had a pacemaker put into his heart to keep him alive, give him more energy. And I watched an interview with his parents saying that it had given him more energy and given him more life and sustained what he had already had. And then I saw the video. It was posted on December 19th, 2011. And he said that he did not feel right being alive. He felt more at peace being dead because he had visited this place that no one had ever visited before, that was alive. It was basically like heaven. It was a white room, and his favorite rapper, Kid Cudi, was there. And his favorite song was Mr. Rager, which is my favorite song too. And I know I just really felt like I connected with this kid, and I was just watching his videos, and I really felt for him, like I said. And then I saw all the comments, and they said that he had died a few days later on Christmas. And I just had this massive, this pain in my chest, like my chest had tightened, and I just could not breathe almost. It was just kind of like I felt very, very confused about some things. Like, I just felt like he had been taken way too soon, and he had so much ambition and so many dreams and so much life in him, and he was doing what a whole bunch of other kids love to do, which is putting videos on YouTube and sharing with the world, their passion. And that was his passion. He loved to do those things, and yet he was taken. But he said that he did not like being alive. He liked that peace that he felt whenever he was gone. And I don't understand completely, obviously, because I never have experienced that. But for the first time in my life, I think I've honestly become so passionate and so drawn into what someone else has said and felt in their whole life. And in the matter of 1 hour that I watched their videos, his videos, I felt like I knew him. I felt like he was my friend almost. And then by the time I got to the last one, I felt like I had lost a friend. And I mean, it takes a lot of guts to do what he did. He could have sat down, alone in his room the rest of his life, just saying he's not going to do anything. He doesn't want to go out. He feels embarrassed about, his condition or the way his life is going. But he didn't. He lived. He was a fighter, and he overcame death many, many times. But everything happens for a reason. I know sometimes it's hard to believe. I know sometimes it's hard to even feel that life really does go on. But sometimes you just have to believe. My deepest emotions have flown out to this kid named Ben Breedlove, sorry. And I don't think I've ever been so sad about an incident that I never had any part of, even to begin with. I know this video's been out for a long time, and I always find, the viral videos right before they come out, but this time, it's kind of it's kind of good I got to start with the first one and see his journey end, because then I really felt like I knew him, and I felt like, his life really did have a great purpose. I know many people have said that he died too soon, and that his life was taken from him, and he didn't have enough time to accomplish the things he wanted. But I think he did. I think he knew exactly what he wanted in life, and some people say that it's not the tough thing to do for a guy to cry, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay to show some emotion, because if you keep it locked in forever, one day, when the fantasy really does end and the heaven does begin, you may regret never letting go.